Nina crouched behind the weather-beaten shed. Mom never came here. The nettles climbed higher than the roof. At least, they were supposed to. All that remained was hope. Only half an hour earlier Mom had scolded her over a ripped jacket. Nina had slipped outside and, almost at once, spotted Mrs. Anderson, her homeroom teacher, heading straight for the house. That was scarier than any torn coat. Mrs. Anderson had often warned she might drop by for a little chat, yet she never had, until today. Panic skittered across the yard. Where to hide? Mom could shout and even smack with a willow switch, but she cooled off fast. The trick was to lie low until her nerves settled. Sometimes Nina thought, better the switch than Mom's tears. Those tears stung worse. She truly tried to make life easier for Mom. Village gossip could be cruel. The jacket ripped while Nina was defending the family's honor. Cole Fisher, nasty as ever, mocked her for not having a dad and claimed even Mom didn't know who he was. Why should Nina stay silent? Words felt useless, so she went straight for a fight. Cole stood taller and broader, yet Nina didn't back down. She won. Her jacket suffered, while Cole's suit hung in tatters. Of course he'd run whining. Why else would Mrs. Anderson march over? Half an hour ticked by, every limb went numb. She eyed another hiding spot when voices drifted near. Yes, Mrs. Anderson, I understand. I'll speak with her. Please do. In your place I'd visit Cole's parents, apologize, and cover the ruined suit. His father plans to file a complaint, and that definitely brings child services. Raising a daughter alone complicates things. I see. Thank you. I'll handle it. Footsteps retreated indoors. Odd, Mom hadn't searched. Maybe she'd wait until the teacher left, then strike. Time crawled. Nina shivered and grew hungry, yet Mom never called. Something was off. She pushed through nettles and crossed the yard, convincing herself Mom had cooled down. Mom sat at the table without turning her head. Danger. Nina undressed quietly and approached. Mom, why are you sitting like that? Mom lifted tear-stained eyes. Sit, Nina. We need to talk. Nina sat, heart drumming. Honey, I get why you fought, but girls don't brawl, and certainly not first. Now we must pay for a new suit. And that isn't all. All night Nina cried. She didn't want a children's home. She vowed to behave. At school Cole smirked, she ignored him. That evening she visited Grandma Nancy, once her babysitter and forever ally. After hearing everything, Grandma sighed, if your father were here, he'd shut every mouth. Nina seized the moment. Grandma, you knew him? Mom won't say. He's not dead, child. Your mother's stubborn, that's all. Tell me. Grandma motioned her closer. Keep this from your mother. Your dad, Alex, came to build the new daycare. Handsome, girls followed him like ducklings. Your mom didn't chase, that's why he noticed her. They loved each other like in the movies, but jealousy brewed. One girl framed Alex, making it seem he cheated. Your mom, hot-tempered, sent him packing. He left hurt. Later we learned he was innocent, and then your mom discovered you were on the way. I begged her to find him, she refused. So yes, Alex doesn't know you exist. Questions burned, yet asking Mom was impossible. All Grandma recalled was his name, Alex, and his trade. After a week of planning, Nina decided she would find him herself, tell her story, and bring Dad home. She memorized the bus schedule, rehearsed slipping aboard unnoticed, and trusted the city's people for directions. Grandma always said, your tongue can lead you anywhere. Saturday evening Mom finished an extra shift. The door was locked, Nina must be outside. On the table lay a note. Mom, don't worry. I'm off to find Dad. When I do, we'll come back together, and no one will bother us again. Mom's heart stopped. Nina in the city, alone? She sprinted to Grandma Nancy. Did you mention Alex? Grandma pressed her lips, then nodded. She deserves to know. Mom swayed. She's just a child. Then run to Officer Spencer, the new constable. Quick. At the station, Officer Alex Spencer rose at once. What happened? My daughter's missing. He grabbed a pen. 10 minutes later he was phoning in a description, then opened the cruiser door. We're heading to the city, every unit is looking. She can't have gone far from the terminal. Mom hesitated. Will child services be alerted? He studied her. Trouble with them? She told him about the school incident. He smiled. As a person, I support Nina. As the officer on duty, well, I can bend a little. Thank you. I'll ground her forever once she's safe. Let's just find her. They stopped at city headquarters. Inside, Nina sat at a desk, sipping tea, animatedly describing her quest. Officers laughed kindly. Nina. The girl choked, jumped up, and ducked behind a burly sergeant. He spread his arms protectively. Please, don't be too hard on her, he told Mom. She didn't wander aimlessly, she came straight to us for help. Mom blushed, it seemed the whole precinct knew their business. Paperwork finished, they headed home. Nina nodded off against the cruiser's hard seat. Officer Spencer shared his own story, raised in care himself. When they removed me from my mother, I was relieved, he said. Times have changed for the better, but village life feels honest. That's why I asked for this post. Back home, Nina murmured half asleep, I still didn't find Dad. At dawn Grandma arrived. Oh, Nina, you scared us. I'm 9, Grandma. Someone has to find Dad. Mom snapped, am I such a failure? Don't I provide? Nina sighed. I'm tough, I can stand up to anyone. But you. Mrs. Gregory said single women chase after married men. Mom and Grandma exchanged looks. Grandma muttered, that gossip needs her own house cleaned. A week later, on Sunday, a knock sounded. Come in, Mom called. Officer Spencer stepped into the doorway, shifting awkwardly. Good afternoon. It's my birthday. I don't know many folks yet, bought a cake, and wondered if you'd share it. Grandma and Nina were just back from mushroom picking. Grandma's eyes twinkled. Nina, the officer's been visiting, hasn't he? Almost daily, he even fixed our fence. Grandma chuckled. You know what that means, child? Nina shook her head. It means you accomplished your mission after all. Nina burst inside, flung open the door. Officer Spencer and Mom sprang apart, caught mid-kiss. She laughed. No need to hide. Grandma and I figured it out. Mom studied her. You won't mind if we marry? You went looking for your birth father. I don't mind. I've never met that Alex, so let's say I found the right one. Less than a year passed. Nina now called Officer Spencer Dad. He treated her wonderfully and even kept some of her mischief secret from Mom. After a word with the principal, bully Cole Fisher never bothered her again. Nina behaved, mostly. After all, girls shouldn't fight, especially when they have a defender. Dad might not share her blood, but he was the best.